Hi, good morning. I forgot to bring my vlogging camera, so you are now on my iPhone. I woke up early, cold bear, went for a run, got a coffee, got an acai bowl. I apologize for the clinking in the back. I sound like an alcoholic. I promise you it's tamari sauce and mint essence. Healthy girl life in her broken car. Amanda's to Newcastle. The car seems fine enough except for the braking situation, which I'm kind of adapting to be honest. I'm just getting used to braking a lot quicker. And I'm now on my way to go drop my car off to the mechanic that my family has always used. He's amazing, and so I'm hoping he can give me a couple more answers as to whether or not there's any hope for this thing, and if not, which I'm assuming is the case, what to do with it, like whether I'm best to sell it for parts, like give it to a yard. I don't even know what to do, so hopefully that. I'm also cutting it fine on time because I need to go from Carrington to Newcastle on foot in like 30 minutes, and I'm going to be hot and sweaty for my tattoo removal appointment. On the foot again. Can't wait to get back on the feet again. Okay, I made it, but I am so hot and so sweaty, and I'm gonna have a really bad sock tan. All right, I'm sorry to myself, but this is what I'm resorting to. Shitty soap under the arms, because I stank. Tell me you don't do this, or you haven't done this before, and I'll call you a liar. Okay, let's do this. Let's ignore the fact that my knees are sweating. Okay, so I get a lot of questions about the tattoo removal process in general. This here is the tattoo removal or the laser machine. They give you those sexy goggles to wear that I was just wearing. And then the laser makes contact with the ink or the melanin, like the pigmentation within your skin, which is why it's important not to go in the sun for a couple of weeks before or after each appointment. And then ultimately it just breaks down the ink into smaller particles that your lymphatic system then drains out, which is why it's important to take a binder when you're doing these processes so that you're not having like heavy metal toxins and poisons going throughout your body. It is quite painful, and each session needs to be 6 to 8 weeks apart. And it's a very slow and grueling process. So I don't mind the sensation, but a lot of people say that it is really painful. So I hope that answers a couple of your questions if you had them. All right, so all done. I walk out looking like the Michelin woman. So these are just ice packs strapped to me, and I just need to leave them on for a minimum of 4 hours or until the ice melts, and then you can refreeze them, and just because your body holds a lot of heat from the lasers. So I did it. I'm home. I got my pap smear and I picked up my car. Everything's wrong with it. Koa, come here. Come here. So this is Koa. He's our old man. And this is Mia. She's our young cheekster. All right. Well, the last 24 hours has been a full emotional roller coaster of finding cars, looking for cars, not finding cars. It's been a full kerfuffle, right? Yesterday, I think I walked like 25,000 steps or thereabouts. Like I think just a little bit under, maybe like 21 or 22,000 steps. Are you aware just how many steps that is? 22,000. And I'm not even sore. Cha-ching. So I'm actually excited about tomorrow. Like I've got a backpack. I feel like it's going to be an adventure day. One of them is on one side of the harbour, like the harbour bridge. And the other one that I'm looking at is on the other side of the harbour bridge. And by like 10 a.m, I'm hoping that I'll have been to both and have made up my mind, which is exciting. That's exciting. And then I'll go say hi to my manager. Yeah. I feel like a little kid with a backpack though. But hopefully this time tomorrow, I have either got a car, because there's one option is I can drive away with a car tomorrow, or the other option is I can drive away with a car on Thursday. Either way, it's happening. My current car is completely worthless, and that's okay though, because it's not even safe to drive anymore. Like I genuinely would be terrified to drive it to Sydney, which is 2 hours away. Like that's saying a fair bit about its reliability and safety. Anyway. All right, I've been talking for forever again. I seem to do this all the time. Yeah, so today's just been a bunch of like organizing work, going through and talking to both of these sellers and just trying to figure out the best bet. We get through this and then we forgot the rest of life. Well, I made it to Sydney. I'm in the back street somewhere in Neutral Bay. It is 6:30. I'm about to go look at the first car and then head and look at the second car. I'm so tired. I got a backpack on in case I need to stay the night. I feel like a tourist. Just a couple of scuffs. My dad and brothers know more about cars than I do. So but everything else seems fine and dandy. Okay, so I did one test drive and that car actually looks really good. It looks like a good option, which sucks because I can't, if I want to get that one, I wouldn't be able to get it until tomorrow, maybe even the next day. We'll see how we go. You know what? I've just decided to walk it. It's an hour 40. Here we go. Me and my backpack. Ready to go. I'm gonna walk across the bridge. Made it. Ooh. Not me bargaining. I'm putting in an offer. All right, so I made a cheaper offer. They didn't take it. They were firm in what they said it cost, but my issue is it's more expensive than what it is brand new in 2021, just because of like hybrids are rare right now or like in demand or whatever. I just don't think it's worth it. So I'm gonna go with the first option. 2020 model Cobra Hybrid. I did it. I sent the money, I bought a car, and I'm just about to pick it up. So I went with the first option, the cheaper one, the older model, and it has more kilometers, but I couldn't justify paying more than the car was originally worth in 2021 for the other option. So here I am. Your girl did it. She bought herself a car, a hybrid car. And yes, it's a Toyota, but it's a fancy Toyota, bitches. Get in, we're going shopping. All right, well, I did it. Did I stop to get myself a coconut chai latte on the way home? Yes, I did. And it has been the longest couple of days and super stressful. And I feel really good having a car that actually drives and works. The brakes are really touchy, really touchy. Like I feel a little bit shameful almost because like I've just got massive FOMO. I'm never going to be pleased. So now that I've got this one, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should have got the other one because I liked how it drove better. But if I got the other one, I would have been thinking, oh, if the other one drives this well, I paid too much sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like questioning it. That's how I am with every single decision that I've ever made in my entire effing life. It's excruciatingly exhausting. Just like, oh, but what if? Oh, I should have done this. Oh, I made the wrong decision. Like I changed lanes and I'm like, shit, should have stayed in that one. Like every single thing is like thought through and overthought and then regretted. Everything. Why do you think I'm getting tattoos removed? And I started getting them removed. I called up to remove them the day after I got them. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. This is a really good try though. So this is it from the side. Ooh, sexy. You got the hybrid logo. And then I like the wheels. I don't know much about cars at all, but I do like the wheels. I really liked the two-tone, but just having the all white, it's growing on me a lot more. I didn't bring down the keys, but oh, never mind, it's open anyway. But on the inside, it's got all the fancy stuff. So sat nav, front and reverse cameras, which I love. It beeps at you when you're like in the school zone. It beeps at you when you're going out of the lane, and then the parking brake automatically comes on, which is one of my favorite parts of it. It starts just with a push of the button over there, and keys just need to be in the car somewhere, so that's good. And then I've just pulled down the back seat because we've been putting the surfboard in there, best surfboard. I guess I don't really have much that I like could or should show you around a car because I'm the last person who you want doing that. I just don't really know much about cars, but I'm very happy with this buy. Yes, it was secondhand. Yeah, like I had a lot of reservations about buying it through a private seller rather than a dealer, but my dad and my brother know a lot more about cars than I do, and they seem to have more reservations about buying through a dealer than through a private seller. So I ended up trusting their guidance. So glad that I did. In general, just super grateful for my brother and my dad and my mum as well, like helping me out in the ways that they did. I know that this is like, it shouldn't have been that hard. Just having a broken car to begin with was really terrifying on my nervous system, and I feel so grateful now. Like it was a week ago that I was about to go to Sydney and go and pick up this car, and so I've had it for a week tomorrow, but just so grateful to have a car that actually works and is safe first and foremost, and it's not going to hurt someone else is what my main concern was, but then also like myself or Bear or whoever's driving it. So yeah, really grateful that that whole ordeal was over, and I feel like I've like gone through a little rite of passage as an adult, which probably should have happened a lot earlier. And I bought my old car probably at like, I don't know, 20, 21, and maybe younger, maybe 19, 20. But yeah, I didn't really, my brother kind of did it all for me. And so I was also, in retrospect, I wasn't at the time, but in retrospect, I'm also grateful for the space that the people around me who I asked for guidance on gave me to come up with the solutions myself. They were kind of like, you know how to do this. Like, it's not an impossible task. It's something that pretty much everyone has done or will do multiple times throughout their lifetime. You can do it. And I was just like, no, I can't, because I'm a little inner child. My inner little child came out and was like, help me. I just want to feel supported, and I want to have this done for me. And I guess in a way I kind of did, but I also have a lot more confidence now in my own capabilities around things that once seemed impossible. Anyway, you get the gist. Okay, so I have a new car, and it's amazing, and this baby will be coming on a lot of adventures up and down the coast with me, I think. Alright, I'm gonna love you and leave you.